Folks, over the last few weeks, I've had the privilege of helping my father set up his first tank in almost over 30 years. Now, he wanted cichlids, and that is exactly what we got. But the ram that we picked up came home a little fungal, and we wanted to treat this girl. It's a 15-gallon tank, and it is a holding tank. A lot of these fish will be moved to a bigger tank later on. He is taking his 55-gallon out as we speak. So how I treated fungus on my father's ram from Fungal to Fungal coming up. A personal note on this tank, you might be wondering, why do you have an evil pirate in Prince Adam and Sebastian from The Little Mermaid in this tank? Well, when I was a kid, in 7th grade, I won a goldfish at the fair that lived in this tank for 24 years. And when my sisters were 9 years old, they thought it would be funny to drop these toys into the tank, much to my dismay. And they have been with the tank ever since, so in keeping with tradition, they are still there. One of the stipulations my father had is we had to have an angelfish, so of course we picked one up. The gravel is the same gravel he used in the 60s, so it does last a while, folks. Hang on to it if you need to. I was able to donate all of the decor, fake plants, and rocks that I used when I first started in the hobby 6 years ago. The other stipulation is my father had to have a silver dollar, one of his favorite fish. Of course, we picked one of those guys up. They do get fairly large, so he will have to be moved to a larger tank. Much of my fishing encyclopedia includes a lot of my father's old books from the 50s and 60s. He is the one that first got me into the hobby, so this has been a pleasure sharing it with him. Interesting to see how they did things way back when. They also included very cool posters in these books that I'm keeping in mind for a fish room later. Back to our girl. Now you can see the fungus on her fins. They look like white striations or cottony growths. Now this isn't ick, this is not covering her entire body, and they are not small white specks. So this certainly is fungus, and I wanted to try to cure this and had a medication in mind. I thought back to 2 months ago when I did a video on how I cured my beta's fin rot. Now the medication I used was Jungle Fungus Clear that included nitrofurazone, also found in Furan 2, that is the fin rot treatment in the medication, but the potassium dichromate is the fungal treatment. And this was a perfect opportunity to see how well potassium dichromate would work on my father's ram. Back to the future. We started treating this tank with the first treatment. Remember, 1 tablet of Jungle Fungus Clear is good for 10 gallons. This is a 15-gallon long tank, so we treated with a tablet and a half. The first treatment we left in the tank for 4 days, as per the instructions on the back of the box. After the first treatment, we did do a 25% water change before moving on to the second treatment. The part of the video I don't have is when the ram tried to eat the medication. Probably helped her more than hurt her. She ended up just fine. Now you can see the medication leaving the tablets. It does turn your tank a nice cool blue, but none of the fish seem to mind, especially the very large Cory cat, chowing down as usual. Now after the first treatment, we saw significant improvement in the ram. You can see that the long fungal striations are now simply specks. And we saw an improved temperament. The ram did some fishy bonding and became very good friends with the silver dollar. Very good to see. So on the left-hand side, you can see before the first treatment, and on the right-hand side after the first treatment, those long fungal striations are now just specks on the fish's fins. After the second treatment, the fungus was almost gone. Just a few specks remained, and we saw further improvement in the ram's temperament. After the first treatment on the left and after the second treatment on the right, we did end up doing a third treatment just to make sure, but we are fans of Jungle Fungus Clear. More so, it's the medication inside the Jungle Fungus Clear. The nitrofurazone is great for gram-negative bacteria, and the potassium dichromate was proven effective against fungus. Hope that video is helpful. Folks, the den is now on Instagram at dmichaelsfishden. Join me if you are so inclined. As always, please like, comment, subscribe for future content, and thanks for watching.